Hello, my name is Ezra Kayaks, and welcome to my channel, Stories from Ezra Kayaks. Today we're going to be reading Crystal Hearts Chapter 1, Part 2. We're going to finish off the chapter. That's pretty much it. With that said, let's get started. Continuing off where we left off, Charles, thinking to himself, what's in that briefcase? Those guys look like mafia or government secret service or even alien men in black. I gotta know. Charles, having lived near this bridge and river for many years now, knows where there's a cut in the fence to sneak in and get to the riverbank. After sneaking in through the fence and rushing over, he grabs the briefcase. Then, taking alleys and side streets, he returns home. I made it, Charles thinks to himself. Charles goes upstairs to his room and starts to look over the briefcase. Damn it. It's got a lock and it's a metal case. I might need a sledgehammer or a power saw. But what's in here? What? The items in here, could they be easily breakable? No way. The guy threw it over a bridge. It has to be tough or at least strong enough to take blunt damage. And it has to be waterproof. While messing with the briefcase, Charles' little brother comes in. What you doing? Charles' little brother says. Charles freaks out. Damn it, Peter. Don't scare me like that, Charles says. What is that? What are you doing? Peters says, looking at the case. Nothing. Get out of my room, Charles says. Mom says it's time for dinner, Peter says. Fine, fine. Go. I'll be down in a minute, Charles says. Okay, Peter says and leaves Charles' bedroom. Charles thinks to himself, I will get this open at some point. Then he heads downstairs for dinner. Charles' mom, Charles' father, and his little brother Peter all eat dinner together. Well, I'm stuffed. I'm gonna go to sleep early. I'm tired. Charles says as he puts his plate in the dishwasher and goes upstairs at a hurried pace. Charles sets an alarm on his cell phone and goes to sleep. Several hours later. Ring, 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 ring. Charles' alarm goes off, waking him up. Charles thinks to himself, okay. Everyone should be asleep by now. It's pretty early in the morning. Now I'll just sneak out back to Dad's tool shed and see if he has anything that I can use to get this case open. Oh man, what is in this case? What? There could be alien technology. There could be millions of dollars. Oh my God, what if it's something scary like a cursed totem? Ooh. Charles thinks to himself all of these crazy ideas. Charles decides and gets ready and sneaks out of the house. As he's sneaking downstairs, he sees his little brother eating cereal in the kitchen. What are you doing? Charles says in a hushed tone. I got hungry, Peter says while he continues to eat cereal. Okay, well, go to bed after you eat. You have school later, Charles says in a hushed tone angrily. Okay. Where are you going? Peter says, still eating cereal, watching his brother walk past him. Just to the shed. Nothing special. Finish your cereal and go to sleep, Charles says as he hurries out the kitchen back door. Okay, Peter. Okay, Peter says. Charles makes it to the shed, making almost no noise, opens it, looks inside, and sees a bunch of tools, both powered and manual tools. Charles thinks to himself, can't really use a power tool right now. I mean, it would make too much noise, right? And even if it doesn't, I mean, metal on metal would make some type of clanking. It might wake up my mom or my dad. But maybe if I use a manual. Charles puts the briefcase down on its side with the code lock facing him. Charles then grabs a screwdriver and a hammer, putting the tip of the flathead screwdriver in a little slit in the case. He readies to hit it with the hammer. This should work if I hit it just hard enough. What? As Charles thinks to himself. He gets interrupted by his own thoughts. What you doing, Charles? Peter says from behind Charles. Fuck! Peter Peter yells out, freaking out, and smacks the case. Didn't I say go to bed? Charles says to Peter angrily. I want to see what you're doing, Peter says in a sad little brother tone. No, go away, Charles says. Peter stares at Charles. Peter stares and sees Charles using their dad's tools. I'll tell Dad you're using his tools, Peter threatens. Oh my fucking god. Okay, fine. Shut up. Just shut up, Charles says. Peter shuts up and gets closer to see the case. Charles readies another strike on the case. Are you gonna break that briefcase? Peter says, confused. Shh! Shush! Peter exclaims. With one full strength smack, the screwdriver goes right in, but the lock doesn't break. Just makes a decent sized hole after jiggling it around and moving it around in there for a little bit. A multicolored light shines out. Ooh. What is that light? Peter says. I don't know, damn it. How am I supposed to open this now? Peter says as he looks around the shed, trying to find another tool to use, but since it's early in the morning, it's pretty dark and hard to see. How about you use this? Peter says. Charles looks over to Peter. What do you have? Peter hands Charles a crowbar. Where do you have a crowbar? Peter says, confused. It's Dad's, Peter says, or Charles says, then Peter says it's Dad's. Why does Dad have a crowbar? Charles says, even more confused. To do crowbar stuff? Peter says, confused. What the hell is crowbar stuff? Charles says, extremely confused. I don't know, Charles. I don't know what a crowbar is used for, Peter says sadly. Charles thinks to himself, wait, what the hell is a crowbar used for anyway? I don't even know. Doesn't matter. Charles thinks to himself. Charles puts the crowbar inside of the hole. It barely fits. Okay, this should work, Charles says. Hey, Peter, back up. Just in case or something. I don't want you to get hit in the face with the crowbar or the case if I mess up, Charles says to Peter. Okay, Peter says and backs up a bit of a distance. And with a heave and a hoe, Charles yanks the briefcase open, back and forth, until finally it snaps. The contents of the briefcase are finally revealed. There's only one thing inside of it. The briefcase has padding and set to hold this glowing rock the size of a baseball. What is that? Peter says, getting closer to its unusual light. Charles picks up the rock. I don't know, Peter. A nice humming feel from holding the rock. It's so beautiful. And it's so warm to the touch, Charles says. I want to touch it, Peter exclaims. Charles hands him the stone. Wow, it's so pretty, Peter says. After holding and looking at the stone for about 40 seconds, Peter drops the stone. Ah, it's so hot. You said it was just warm, Peter says, as he's rubbing his hands together for the pain. Charles laughs, looks at him, picks up the stone. Well, my hands are stronger than yours. I mean, I do play a lot of baseball, so. Yeah, I guess you do have thicker skin, Peter says to Charles. Okay, well, now you need to go to bed, okay, Peter? I'll clean up this mess, okay? Charles says to Peter. Okay, Charles, Peter says, then walks back into the house. Charles slowly cleans up the broken case, throwing it in the neighbor's trash so he doesn't get caught with it, and closes the shed while putting all the tools back that he could see, using the light from the rock. I don't know what you are, but you have some value, right? There has to be a purpose in this rock. I mean, those guys, that man was kidnapped. He basically put his life on the line to keep you, right? This has to be worth something, or maybe it's an alien egg? Charles stares at the rock, seeing though it's see-through. It has a clear yellow frame rock with an ominous light glowing. And as he stares inside the rock, he could almost see as if a heart is inside of it. Charles thinks to himself, maybe this is just some type of new government weapon? I don't know. Man, it's actually getting kind of Late, I might try and see one of my friends. Charles takes out his phone. Maybe I should ask my friends. Maybe they know something. Uh, let's see. Who should I call? Charles dials a number. Dun, 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 dun. The phone starts ringing. That's it. That's it for chapter one. Chapter one, Kendo Girl. End. I hope you guys liked the video. What's gonna happen with this rock, guys? What type of rock is it? What's going on? But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. And remember, if you guys like my videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. And that's it. Azuro Kayaks out. Thank you, and see you later, my fellow Velkaijin.